Hello everybody. Welcome to India Spend Data Fix, where we look at the biggest story of the week, of the month, through the lens of data. Now the elections to 5 Indian states has been announced, Uttar Pradesh being the biggest state of India, 200 million people, the biggest election ever we could see. And this comes at the backdrop exactly 2 months later after the big decision of demonetizing the high denomination notes on November 8th. Now, do these things have some connection? Will the assembly election be a referendum on demonetization? To discuss this with us, we have Mr. Kumar Ketkar with us, who is a senior political commentator, senior journalist, and we'll be discussing on this for some time. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
So, elections to the biggest state, Uttar Pradesh, has always been an amazement for everybody in India, journalists, analysts alike. Indian Express editorial one also quoted the election as Vikas versus Vikas. It is Akhilesh versus Modi. But do you think after demonetization, which has caused a lot of inconvenience, disarray, job losses in many sectors, would this election be a referendum on the demonetization decision?
Well, actually, two quick points. One is when we say it is the largest state, we don't recognize the fact that Uttar Pradesh alone is larger than whole of Pakistan. Okay. Pakistan's population is about 16 crores and Uttar Pradesh population is about 20 crores. Now, the factor is that whole of Uttar Pradesh, in this majority of these people of 20 crores, handle their entire business, not only business, whatever they do, even family activity is in cash. There is no, actually there are not even 2/3 of the UP is not connected by banks. Eastern UP is so pathetic that there may not be banks in several contingent, about 10-20 villages, contiguous villages, there will be no bank. Okay. So the question of credit card, debit card, swiping of cards, Paytm, all that doesn't exist, because to have a credit card and debit card, you have to have a bank account.
Right.
And after having a bank account, you have to have the credit card facility, and in which there is a debit card facility in which you have to have some money in the bank.
Right.
So all that is completely redundant.
But then will this election be a referendum on this demonetization?
I would not call it referendum on demonetization, because the local issues are as strong as demonetization. Referendum on demonetization will be a campaign point, positive, so-called positive campaign by the BJP and a negative campaign by Congress and Akhilesh Yadav. But the negative campaign will succeed because people are actually suffering. But it is not suffering, protest, inconvenience or discontent. It is the total combination of factors of Akhilesh rebellion against the status quo, combined with demonetization, in combination with Congress Party's alliance with Akhilesh. All that is going to determine, and I have a feeling I can venture, I can put my neck out and say that it is Akhilesh who is going to be the winner in this election.
Okay, let's see. I mean, time will tell that. People will decide.
Yeah.
But some critical issues like, health indicators like sex ratio at birth, UP ranks 20th in that in India. It ranks 22nd in literacy among the 29 states. It is the second worst in crime density with 1300 crimes per million population. And it is also the least urbanized, one of the least urbanized after Assam and Bihar. It is just 22% urbanized. Will these issues get traction, get importance, or will they get sidelined?
No, they will not get sidelined, and they will not become the major factor of the election at all, because this has been the case for many years. It is not as if the poverty has started now.
Right. It
is not as if birth rate is now. It has been happening. So those issues are what you can call ongoing issues of Uttar Pradesh. Ongoing issues of Uttar Pradesh do not determine election. For instance, Eastern UP is extremely poor. Western UP is quite rich. So when we say poverty level is this, it is combination, it is percentage.
Right, average.
Average. Yeah. And percentage of average, on the average is not necessarily the correct.
Right. So Western UP is prosperous.
Western UP is very prosperous.
Yeah, so
then Lucknow Kanpur is prosperous. So on and so forth. So total UP is averaging, or total UP's identification in percentages is quite misleading. The question is, all these issues are ongoing. The new issues are only two. In 2014 election, if the same pattern of voting prevails as in 2014, then Narendra Modi, BJP, should get 328 seats, because they got 71 plus 2, 73 seats in UP.
Right.
But by current reckoning, I don't think they will get even 125.
Oh, let's see. Now coming to another big state, Punjab, which is a small, it's geographically very small, but economically the strongest, one of the highest per capita income states in India. The drug problem got underlined last year. It was very significantly drawn upon the stage. Is that drug problem a really big one? And the employment situation is also very crumbling in Punjab. Will that be the selling point in the election?
I think it is one of the most important points. Drug issue is the biggest issue. Drug-related crime is the second biggest issue. Nobody recognizes and nobody points out the simple fact that the so-called terrorist attack in Pathankot and other regions were actually facilitated by the drug gangs, by the mafia, drug mafia in Punjab. And it had little to do with Pakistani infiltration and more to do with the infiltration with the Pakistani infiltrators by the drug mafia. And that's why nobody is talking about. It is neither Hindu-Muslim question nor Pakistan-India question. It is Pakistan, drug mafia and bureaucracy and police department's corruption in Punjab. So now people know it. And so people are not going to vote Akali Dal, and Akali Dal alliance is with BJP. So Punjab, you can say the elections are already decided against SAD, that is Akali Dal and Punjab, BJP.
And the anti-incumbency will also be...
Anti-incumbency is not a major factor. Anti-incumbency was there last time, even the Badals were elected, there was only 1% vote difference. Right. Anti-incumbency is not a major factor. The mafia, the Gundagardi...
So the people actually suffered from the mafia.
Huge they suffering have people have gone through, and they have gone through the suffering by the blessings of the BJP, and that's why people in Punjab are against BJP and against Akali Dal. And moreover, we must remember that Punjab is not anymore the richest state in the classical sense. Like now, a large number of Punjabi Sikh youth are unemployed, and one of the reasons of the unemployment is the collapse of agriculture and what they call desertification of agriculture.
Right.
And so Punjab is not anymore the best of the states. Yeah.
Now coming to another small state from the northeast, which normally the mainstream media and we neglect a lot, Manipur. The state has been embroiled in insurgency for a long time. They have clashes with their neighboring states, the neighboring countries, and different clans, tribes stamping their authority. How will that election be important to India?
Manipur will be important in the context of northeast elections in relation to India. Like whatever happened in Assam. Assam Congress lost and BJP won.
Right.
Then in Arunachal Pradesh, there was collapse of government, again reinstatement of government, again collapse of government, and so forth. So Manipur agitation has been going on for quite some time.
Right.
And that agitation has influenced the people. So Manipur election is important in terms of national integration of Northeast with India. In that context, Manipur is extremely important. But in Manipur, classical parties like BJP, Congress are not strong. It is the local parties and local agitations and local issues that will determine. I don't think demonetization or image of Narendra Modi or image of Sonia or Rahul, that will not affect Manipur as such in this context.
And is the role of national parties very important in small states like Manipur? Will it be very important?
It is not very important. In Assam it is important, but not in other northeastern regions. I don't think in Mizoram, Nagaland, Meghalaya, national parties are not important.
Okay. Now we'll come to Goa, one of the last states which is going to election apart from Uttarakhand. Goa is one of the smallest but yet the most prosperous states. It is 62% urbanized, the most in India, and it is the state with the best infant mortality rate. It has an IMR of 10, which is as good as China's, and it is 1/4 of that of India. So if 4 children die in India, just 1 child dies in Goa proportionately with the population of children. But what kind of issues will play in Goa? Can language be one issue which is currently surfacing?
Language is one issue, but infant mortality and being the richest are not the issues there. And moreover, the richness that Goa has does not come from local resource management or local manufacturing activity or local agriculture. One of the main things is tourism. And apart from tourism, a large number of Goans have gone abroad, Gulf as well as United States and Europe. And they send money. And that's why NRI source of income is one of the major incomes in Goa. Small state, extremely small state. During Portuguese time also it was widely educated state generally.
Okay.
So because of that education and because of that continuation of that kind of development, and they stand on the infant mortality and other issues much better than the rest of the country, is thanks to all the other developments, other issues, other parameters than Goa's own approach. So anti-incumbency will figure the most.
Right.
Anti-incumbency and also anti-Parrikar. Now we don't know how much percentage of voters are anti-Parrikar, anti-BJP, pro-Welinkar and anti-Parsekar within the BJP. They are all saffron gangs. So in this, whether people are voting against, but it will be seen as a setback, major setback to Parrikar if Goa BJP does not win.
Okay. And so in short, we can say, as per your analysis, these factors, these numbers which talk about health, education, crime, these numbers are ongoing factors. They do matter.
Yeah.
But the actual factors that influence elections are always different.
No, in actual election time, the so-called crime rate, the birth rate and death rate and all that, those issues don't really matter.
Okay. Thank you, Ketkar sir, for coming here.
Yeah.
Keep watching DataFix every Thursday. Please like and share this video on Facebook to your followers. We'll meet you next Thursday. Thank you.